What are the benefits of having a writing coach? Because that's what you do, part of what you do. So speak to that for my listeners,
so
please.
Writing is a solitary act. We tend to write in isolation, which means that right now, and I'm using two young ladies as an example, there are all kind of amazing ideas oscillating in their heads, right? There are concepts for stories or for chapters, or there are things that they're thinking, oh, this would look great, or this would be amazing. And so typically what happens when we write in isolation and not in consultation with a coach, we again are looking at the writing strictly through our own lens. And we're looking at the story strictly through our own lens. What a writing coach does, or at least what I do, is I step in during the writing process. I don't wait until the end. During the process, so it could either be the beginning, the middle, but definitely not at the end, to help my clients to become better storytellers. And you are a storyteller, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. And part of being a good storyteller is looking at the dynamics and the techniques of good storytelling. And that comes from being an English professor. So there are elements of literature that good writers use to tell their stories. There are elements of nonfiction, or what we call expository writing, that good writers use to tell their nonfiction stories. So what I do is I tell people, it's like you're having your own private English course, because I'm helping you to see yourself through the lens of the writer. Most of us are content creators. We have the content and we can create, but that doesn't translate into being a writer. And so my task is to help someone who may not self-identify as a writer, to help someone who says, well, I never thought I would write a book, to pull it out of them. And sometimes pulling it out of them is, again, helping them to reframe their story in a way that is going to be more digestible for a larger readership. So it's expensive, okay? And we were kind of having this conversation offline before we started. It's an investment in you. And one of the things that I see, and this is for women of color in particular, we tend to give, and serve. But it's sometimes very difficult for us to say, you know what, I'm worth the investment, right? For myself. And the coaching piece is an investment in you, because what you're saying is, I'm worthy of the sacrifice of my time and my financial resources to get the help to turn this into the best book possible, because I believe that much in my story. And so is it for everyone? No, because not everyone can receive criticism or instruction. Not everyone is coachable. So you have to know yourself. You have to know, if someone says, oh, this entire chapter has to go, but explains why, can you receive that? Now, if you go in and you're like, I'm going to do exactly what I want to do the way I want to do it, then it begs the question of, are you really suitable for a coaching situation? So it's something I think people have to kind of look at it from the vantage point of, will this benefit me? And what does that look like in terms of whatever their long-term goals are in relationship to writing that book?
Okay. So real quick, I'm going to let my guests, do y'all have any burning questions y'all want to ask Dr. Tyra before we wrap up?
Well, I want to know, what are your thoughts on ebooks? Should you go for both ebooks and the paper? Okay.
I do think so. I think you're going to have some readers who are just old school and need that book, right? That's me. I love print books, as I just love the texture and tactile of a book. Then you have some people who really will, they're good with reading it on their phone or their smart device or tablet. So it's easier now than it was just 5 years ago to write for both platforms. There was a time you had to go through all of these steps to configure and format for a written book versus a ebook. And now I think platforms like Amazon have gotten smart, like Kindle, and said, wait a minute, how do we make this advantageous for a writer? So it's not as difficult as it has been. So you have more and more writers who are like, well, I might as well have an ebook. I might as well have it, available for e-readers. So yeah.
So are you considered a published author if you do an ebook?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Technically, yes. Okay. And here's the other thing, just from a logistical standpoint. I've had some clients who will come to us and they'll say, well, I just want to do an ebook. And I will gently push and say, you might as well do the print book. Think about book fairs, book festivals. You cannot sell, you really can't sell an ebook. One of the attractions of a print book is people love having books signed. They love being able to meet and to connect with the author of a book. So it's to your advantage, because if you look at it, there are book festivals, book events all the time, all over the country, it gives you an opportunity to literally create a larger following, a larger fan base, because people are able to connect with you via your actual print book in ways they can't with an ebook, because it's a little more difficult to vend an ebook unless someone is truly getting it online.
Tia, do you have a last burning question?
What is a good time frame for writing? I know
Can't hear.
I know you said 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. That's quick.
Her question is, what is the time frame
good
to write a
time
book?
frame. Gosh, I mean, I wish I could even say with our clients there is an average. Here's the thing, that the reason why I kind of shy away from that is life happens. You know, we've been with some clients who in the midst of writing a book have been diagnosed with cancer. Wow. I've been with clients who've been in the midst of a divorce. And so when you have those major life events that kind of happen or blindside you, writing that book is no longer a priority, right? And so I really think that a lot of it will depend upon how much time can you consecrate for writing. I use that word consecrate intentionally. I think anything that is important to you, that's of value for you, you have to set aside sacred time to do it. Okay. So
Cassandra.
So having said that, you know, literally, is that doable? Is that feasible for you? A lot of my clients are also parents. They're also professionals. They're working. So they are, you know, transporting children to and from and helping with homework. And so again, the question becomes, how much time can you allocate for writing? So I think if you literally kind of sit down and look at your life and you're able to ascertain, okay, you know what, I can realistically do a half an hour a day, or maybe I can do 2 hours over the weekend, right? Then it's easier for you to at least parcel it out in tangible units. So, okay, you know what, over the course of the month, I should be able to spend 6 to 7 hours writing. And then you look at it in terms of how much content can you create. And see how it's going to vary from person to person. How much content can I create in those 6 to 7 hours? Some people can literally sit down and writing just flows, and they can produce pages and pages and pages. Other people getting through that first paragraph is like, ooh. Okay, right?
Mine's just when I'm writing, sometimes it just comes to me randomly.
Yes.
I can be at the movies, and it's like I want to write, you know.
Right,
so I've learned that I don't know why I keep doing that, but I've learned I have to like literally take, you know, you have to take a pen and pad with you, a notebook.
Or your smart device.
What am I doing wrong here?
Keep turning your mouth away from the mic, and so my engineer's not catching your voice.
All right. So, you know, for me, I think you just have to find the moment at any time to do it. And it might not come when you want it to.
No. I always tell people have a notebook and a pen available with you, including on your nightstand. Because sometimes you will have a dream about something, or let's say you're writing a fiction book. People will tell me I had a conversation with one of my characters, and then you want to capture it. It doesn't mean you're crazy at all. It just means that is you're so fixated on it that inspiration is coming at different times. And then the other thing is, people don't realize what an amazing resource your smart devices are. There is a diction component on your phone that you literally can type. You know, let's say you're driving and you see something and it sparks for you a description in your book. You can literally maybe not while driving. Let's say you're waiting for an appointment, because I don't want people driving and like Dr. Tyra said, drive and text. That's not what I said. So let's say you're waiting for an appointment and something comes to you as inspiration. You can literally say it into your phone and then email it to yourself and then clean it up and use it as a springboard for a chapter. So I would say just be prepared, be prepared and acknowledge that in this space, you're open to receiving inspiration. You will be amazed. This is the spiritual part of writing, where when you surrender and you say, I am going to write this story, I'm going to tell this story, ideas will just come out of nowhere.
That's good.
Right. And you'll start even meeting other writers and meeting people who inspire you. It will come out of nowhere, because I believe that is your way of being fed by the universe, by surrendering to the process at hand.
Well, we have come to the end of the road, as Boyz II Men said.
Of the road.
Right? We have had an amazing time, I like to end our show with allowing our guests to just share one brief thing quickly that you want to leave our audience about the power of sharing your story, starting with Miss Tangi.
Just keep swimming. I don't care how many buckets, how many pool. Keep swimming, swimming, swimming. I'm still swimming, and when you get tired, float in it. Just keep swimming.
Tia.
Be bold, be brave, be powerful. No one has a hell or heaven to put you in. You have to remember that at all times, and continue just to, life is a journey. And you get to a point in life where it's like, if I pass, have I completed everything there was to complete? So just be brave and bold.
Dr. Tyra.
I'll keep it super simple. Finish it.
Finish it. Yes. And then tell the audience about your other books that you have as well.
Right.
And if they want to contact you in terms of using your services, how can they do that?
So I wrote my first novel was actually 10 years old. It's called Empty Spaces. I've done writing curriculum called Write Like a Champion for young people. I did a book on entrepreneurship, Time to Pivot, because this is a second career for me, and I never imagined myself being an entrepreneur. So it talks about that journey. The most recent book is Finish It, and then I will have another book coming out in January that's a companion piece to this. So after you finish it, then what? And it'll relate more with the marketing side of self-publishing a book. The name of our company, again, is Selden Writing Group, LLC. We are based here in Indianapolis, Indiana. www.seldenwritinggroup.com. There's a contact us section on the website where you can reach out. We're also very visible on Facebook, so Selden Writing Group LLC page. Do follow, because I give writing advice and tips all the time, as well as sharing information about various events. And then we do free webinars. So we have a free webinar coming up in December. It's about marketing your book. How do you market and leverage your book? And then we also do book writing seminars, where literally in a seminar setting, we sit together, we write, I give feedback as if I'm teaching a writing course again. And we do those about every other month. So if you stay connected with us via Facebook especially, you'll get more information about that. Or you can reach out via the website, and I'll add you to our email distribution list.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for taking time out of your Saturday and spending time with me. No problem.
Absolutely.
I just want to leave our listening audience, again, this is our last show. And so, I just want to say, just do it. Like Tia said, just start the process. Just start journaling. I have journals that I'm going to go back and read to help me get through this process. So just know, like you said, if you don't do it, what's the alternative? And if you have a story, share it with the world. And I want to thank my listeners. We have made it through 11 months of Let's Go There with Cassandra. I'm super excited. This was the launch of my second show. And so thank you for spending 11 months rocking with me, listening to me on the air and Facebook, and to my DJ, who is the savior of this show, DJ Long Green, sitting over in the corner. I have to shout him out. I tell everybody I absolutely could not do this show without him sitting over there. So I thank you for your support and getting me through these last 11 months. So we will take a hiatus for December, and we'll be back in January. Stay tuned for the second season of Let's Go There with Cassandra. We're going to end this with one of our sponsors as we go out. Thanks. You've been tuned in to Let's Go There with Cassandra. Peace out.
Thank you. Family and Community Partners, LLC, is a private, community-based mental health care provider located at 3921 North Meridian Street, Suite 210, Indianapolis, Indiana. Formed in 2012, the partner clinicians of FCP have over 150 years of experience servicing at-risk youth and families throughout Marion County and Central Indiana. Family and Community Partners, LLC, partners with families and communities to deliver smart, sophisticated, and kind services to the least of these across Indiana. For more information about Family and Community Partners, visit them at familyandcommunitypartners.com or contact them at 317-252-5258.